Well, hello everyone. I hope that you're all well. For those of you who don't know my name, I'm Warren, and I'd like to give you all a really big warm welcome to my channel, which is called Warren's Team Talk. Especially if you're new, please make sure that you click on as well the subscribe button so that you don't miss out any future videos that I put out. But especially big warm welcome to all those people that are new to the channel. Also, if you haven't done it already, please click on the like button and the share button. The share button will allow you to be able to pass it around to people who you think might be interested in seeing, which is another great way to help me and to help this channel grow. So yeah, if you could do that, that would be fantastic. Anyway, so I'm back again today with a brand new, exciting new video for you, which is episode 25 of England's most successful football club. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Sheffield Wednesday. Well, you probably guessed that already, given the photo that's behind me. So anyway, I hope that you find it really interesting and informative. So yeah, it's like they all do. It's got some really good stories in it. All right. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on that Warren's Team Talk bus, because it looks like the driver's getting a bit impatient to be off. So yeah, off we go. We're going to go and visit our friends up in Sheffield and find out all about Sheffield Wednesday. Everyone, we've just pulled up in Sheffield. And we've just pulled up outside the Hillsborough Stadium. So let's go and meet our friends from Sheffield Wednesday and find out all about their club and all the different stories they've got to tell. So Sheffield Wednesday, they finished 16th in the Warren's Team Talk table, and they managed to accumulate 3,870 points. And Sheffield Wednesday, who are also known these days as the Owls. Now, it hasn't always been that case that they've had that nickname, but we'll get into that later. They were formed in 1867 as an offshoot of the Wednesday Cricket Club, which was itself formed in 1820. And they went by the name of the Wednesday Football Club until changing to their current name in 1929. They are the third oldest professional association football club in England as well. So they've been around a long, long time. Now, originally the club had the nickname of the Blades, which was a very common name given to any sporting team from the Sheffield area. Because of the reason for that was because of the city's worldwide fame for cutlery and knives, and allegedly it started to become known as the Owls from around 1912, when one of the players gave the club an owl as a mascot, and after that the name stuck. So they've been known as the Owls since seemingly from 1912. The Owls became founder members of the Football League in 1892, and in the 19th century, they played their matches at several local stadiums around central Sheffield, including Olive Grove and Bramall Lane. But since 1899, the club has played all of its home matches at Hillsborough, the Hillsborough Stadium. So let's move in swiftly on. Sheffield Wednesday managed to enjoy their first success as a club in the 1895-96 season, when known as simply as the Wednesday. They won the FA Cup for the very first time in their history, as I say, when they defeated Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2-1 at the Crystal Palace Stadium in London. And that game was attracted an attendance of over 48,000 people. And en route to the final, the Wednesday, as they were known then, as I said, managed to defeat Southampton St Mary's, Sunderland, Everton, and Bolton Wanderers. And Bolton Wanderers, they needed a replay to get past them, so that was quite interesting. Anyway, so starting before we move on, this here is a picture of the 1896 Cup winning Sheffield Wednesday team. Now, they're pictured there with the FA Cup trophy, but what I'm not sure, excuse me, what I'm not sure about is whether that ball is the match ball for the day. But anyway, there you go. But moving on, in the 1899-1900 season, the Wednesday, as they were known, at the time, went through a period of winning 3 successive league titles in 5 seasons. The first of these league titles was won in the 1899-1900 season. That title was for the second division Tier 2, when they enjoyed a 100% home league record, and in total they scored a massive amount of goals for 34 games, which was 84, and they finished 2 points ahead of second place Bolton Wanderers to take the title and obviously win promotion to the first division Tier 1. And then the second of this trio of league titles came in the 1902-1903 season in the first division Tier 1, when they finished the season just 1 point ahead of their Midlands rivals, second place Aston Villa, and they did very well that year as well, but they managed to slump to 11 defeats throughout the course of the season that year. Anyway, so the very next season, was it the next season? Let's just check that. Yeah, the very next season in 1903-1904 saw them achieve their final title triumph of the trio, when they won the first division Tier 1 title, when they finished this time 3 points ahead of second place Manchester City. This season also saw the club enjoy an unbeaten home season, and in fact they only dropped 3 points at home all season, courtesy of 3 draws. And then 2 years later, in the 1905-1906 season, the club secured a 3rd place finish in the first division Tier 1, when they finished 7 points behind champions Liverpool, behind champions Liverpool that year. Then, the season after the 3rd place finish in the first division, and the 1906-1907 season, the Owls won their second FA Cup when they defeated Everton, again by a scoreline of 2-1 at the Crystal Palace Stadium in London, with a crowd of over 84,000 people in attendance. And on the way to the final that season, they would defeat, amongst others, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Liverpool, Sunderland, and Woolwich Arsenal, who would later go on to be known simply as the Arsenal. 6 years after their second FA Cup triumph, in the 1912-1913 season, the club would have their last ever success before the outbreak of World War I, when they secured a third place finish in the First Division, Tier 1, when they finished 1 point behind runners-up Aston Villa and 5 points behind the league champions that year, Sunderland. And then when football resumed after the end of World War I, the club would enjoy its first success in the 1925-26 season, when they had another period of winning 3 league titles in 5 years, in 5 seasons, I should say. The first of these trio of league titles came in the 1925-26 season, when they won the second division tier 2 title, when they finished 3 points ahead of second place Derby County. And then, excuse me, and then 3 years on from this, in the 1928-29 season, the Wednesday won the first of 2 consecutive First Division Tier 1 league titles, when they finished the season 1 point ahead of runners-up Leicester City and 2 points ahead of Midlands rivals Aston Villa, whilst also enjoying an unbeaten home league season. And in fact, again, they only dropped 3 points at home all season, and this was because of the fact that they drew 3 games at home that year. And then the club won the First Division Tier 1 league title again the following season in 1929-30. But this time, the victory was far more comfortable for the Owls, as they finished a whopping 10 points ahead of second place Derby County. So that was a very, very good, comfortable season for the Owls. And then the next 3 seasons, 1930-31, 1931-32, and 1932-33, the Owls secured 3 consecutive third place finishes. However, they didn't really ever come close to winning the league title in any of these 3 seasons, as the closest they came to winning the title was in the 1931-2 season, when they finished 6 points behind league champions Everton that season. And in fact, in the 1930-31 season, they finished a massive 14 points behind the league champions Arsenal that year. Anyway, so moving on. 2 years later, in the 1934-35 seasons, the Owls went on to win their 3rd FA Cup, when they defeated West Bromwich Albion by 4-2 at Wembley Stadium in London, in front of a crowd of over 94,000 people. En route to the final, the Owls defeated Oldham Athletic, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Norwich City, Arsenal, and Burnley. Then, the very next season, in the 1935-36 season, despite being relegated to the second division Tier 2, the club won the FA Charity Shield by defeating Arsenal by 1-0 at Arsenal's Highbury Stadium in London. And that was in front of a crowd of under 15,000 people. Then 3 years later, in the 1938-37 season, which was the last full season before the outbreak of World War II, the club finished 3rd in the second division Tier 2, but unfortunately for the Owls, they missed out on promotion to the First Division Tier 1 as they finished 1 point behind their bitter local rivals, Sheffield United, who finished second and claimed the last promotion spot. The club's first piece of success came in the 1947-48 season when they finished fourth in the second division, Tier 2, but sadly for the Owls, it was not enough for them to win promotion as they finished a full 5 points off the promotion places that year. The Owls, though 2 years later though, in the 1949-50 season, softened the blow somewhat of missing out on promotion when they finished second in the second division, Tier 2, to win promotion up to the First Division, Tier 1. This promotion was made even more the sweeter for the fact that the Owls finished ahead of their bitter local rivals, Sheffield United, on goal average to claim the final promotion spot. And that season, the goal average margin of victory was 0.008 of a goal. So it was extremely marginal. So they got their revenge for the Blades pipping them to promotion in the 1938-39 season, 11 years previously. And then the club had a period of winning 3 second division Tier 2 titles in 8 years, starting in the 1951-52 season. The second of this trio's second division Tier 2 title wins happened in the 1955-56 season, and then the third second division Tier 2 title success in this 8-season period happened in the 1958-59 season when the Owls won this title with a 2-point margin over second place Fulham. 2 seasons after this, in the 1960-61 season, Sheffield Wednesday successfully secured a second place finish in the First Division Tier 2 when they finished 8 points, second division Tier 2, when they finished 8 points behind that season's league champions Tottenham Hotspur. So yeah, just to reiterate, that was in the First Division Tier 1, not Tier 2, as I just said. So sorry about that. And then the 1961-62 season, the Owls had their first foray into Europe when they went into the Intercity Fairs Cup, and their campaign lasted just 2 rounds before they were knocked out by Spanish giants Barcelona 4-3 on aggregate in the quarterfinals. 2 years after this, they were back in Europe again in the Intercity Fairs Cup, and on this occasion, again they were knocked out after 2 rounds this occasion they were knocked out by German side FC Cologne 5-3 on aggregate. The Owls were then unfortunately relegated to the third division, Tier 3, at the end of the 1974-75 season. And after 5 years, in the 1979-80 season, they finished third in the third division Tier 3 when they finished 4 points behind the league champions Grimsby Town and 1 point behind second place Blackburn Rovers. This, however, was enough for them to be promoted back up to the second division, Tier 2. 2 years after this, 2 years after winning promotion to the second division, Tier 2, in the 1981-82 season, the Owls finished fourth in the second division, Tier 2, but missed out on promotion when they finished 1 point behind third place Norwich City, who claimed that season's final promotion spot from final promotion spot from Tier 2 to Tier 1. A further 2 years passed, and then in the 1983-84 season, the Owls made up for narrowly missing out on promotion to the Canaries when they finished second in the second division to Tier 2, behind the Tier 2 champions that year, Chelsea, on goal difference, when both clubs finished the season on 88 points. Then in the 1990-91 season, the Owls finished third in the second division Tier 2, which was enough to see them win promotion up to the first division Tier 1. And also this season, the Owls won the Football League Cup when they defeated Manchester United 1-0 at Wembley Stadium, which again attracted a bumper crowd of over 77,000. This victory was a very impressive one because at the time of the match, the Owls were still a second division Tier 2 team. And then the next season, in 1991-92, in their first season after being promoted back to the first division Tier 1, the Owls successfully managed to secure a third place finish, which qualified them for the UEFA Cup the next season. The next season, the 1992-93 season, the Owls UEFA Cup campaign lasted just 2 rounds once more, before again they were knocked out by FC Kaiserslautern 5-3 on aggregate. Then FC Kaiserslautern, for those of you who don't know, are a German club. This season also saw the Owls reach the FA Cup final and League Cup final, but unfortunately the Owls lost both finals 2-1 to Arsenal. The FA Cup final initially ended in a 1-1 draw before the Owls lost the replay 2-1 at Wembley Stadium. Then in the 2004-2005 season, Sheffield Wednesday went down in League One, Tier 3, finished fifth in the League One Tier 3, and were successfully promoted after they defeated Hartlepool United 4-2 after extra time in the playoff final. And then moving swiftly on, 7 years later in the 2011-12 season, Sheffield Wednesday ended their short stay in League One Tier 3 when they won automatic promotion to the Championship Tier 2 after finishing second in League One, League One Tier 3, and finishing 8 points behind Tier 3 champions that season, Charlton Athletic, and 3 points ahead of their bitter rivals, Sheffield United. To date, this has been the last success that Sheffield Wednesday, I should say, sorry guys, for the slip of the tongue there, have achieved. And since the 2011-2012 season, they've been plying their trade in the English Championship. One positive note for Owls fans is that as of 2019, they remain the last team to win one of English football's major trophies, while outside of the English Football League's top flight. Now, I was looking, whilst researching this, I was looking for a good all-time 11 football club, because I like to put these at the end of these shows. An all-time 11 for Sheffield Wednesday, and I did have some trouble finding one, but eventually I found this one, which came from the TalkSport website, and it was the team was picked by a fan by the name of John McClure. I hope I've got his name. I hope I've got your name right, John. Anyway, it's his greatest all-time Sheffield Wednesday team, and the team that he's picked is as follows. Now, I have to say, I actually find this team very, very impressive, but obviously I want to know your opinion about what would be your all-time Sheffield Wednesday 11. So please let me know in the comment section below what your team would be. So thanks for that. Anyway, so let me go back to what his team was. In goal, he had a chap by the name of Ron Springett. Now, I have to say, I don't know who this chap is. I don't remember him playing. It's possible I did see him play, but I can't remember it. And then he had a centre-back pairing of Des Walker and Nigel Pearson, and left-back of Nigel Worthington and right-back of Ronald Nielsen. Now, not Dennis Nielsen, Ronald Nielsen. Des Walker, I remember famously while he was playing for Notts Forest, the Forest fans used to chant, "You'll never beat Des Walker. You'll never beat Des Walker," because he was so pacey and such a good defender. And then obviously Nigel Pearson, as we all know, went on to manage Leicester City the year before they won the Premiership title. And he's also been recently manager at Watford. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, but anyway. So moving on to the midfield. In the midfield, John picked a central midfield pairing of Carlton Palmer and John Sheridan. And then on the left side of midfield, or left wing, he picked Chris Waddle. And on the right wing, he picked Benito Carboni. And then up front, the strike partnership was David Hurst and Paolo Di Canio. Now, as I alluded to earlier, Paolo Di Canio is infamous. Well, one of the things that he's infamous for is because whilst playing for Sheffield Wednesday in a game against Arsenal, he became so incensed with the referee and the decision that the referee made. He went over and remonstrated with the referee and got so agitated that he pushed the referee over. And I think I remember that he had to serve a lengthy ban for that. But that whole incident just sums Di Canio up in a nutshell. He's an absolute madman, but he was a supremely talented footballer. Anyway, so yeah, that's the end of the show for this week, for this episode. I hope that you really enjoyed it. And there were some interesting stories there, I think. And like I said, please don't forget to put your all-time Sheffield Wednesday 11s in the comments section. And if you've got any interesting stories about watching Sheffield Wednesday or the club in general, I'll be delighted to hear them. So thanks very much for watching. And yeah, that's it for this episode. Well, everyone, that's it for today. That's the end of the show, sadly. Anyway, I hope that you really enjoyed it, and thanks very much for stopping by and giving my channel a look and watching the show. Don't forget, please put your all-time Sheffield Wednesday 11s in the comments section, which is just down below here. and also details for any stories you've got about Sheffield Wednesday Football Club that you want to share with everyone, or any comments about my video in general. Anyway, I hope you, like I say, I hope you enjoyed it. And please remember, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the little red rectangle down in the left-hand part of your screen. And it will, I think it's on the left-hand side, or is it on the right-hand side? Yeah, I think it's on the right-hand side, actually. And it'll make sure that you don't miss out on any future shows that I put out. And also clicking on the notification bell will help with that as well. Because anytime I do put one out, it will make sure that YouTube sends you a notification to let you know that I've done it. So yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really, really cool. And also, please remember to like the video and share it around with anyone that you think might be interested to see it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. I didn't push over any referees while making this video, if anyone's interested to know. Not like our great friend Paolo Di Canio. Yeah, that was a bit mad, wasn't it? But still, there you go. Remember, all of this stuff I've asked you to do about my channel is completely free, and it only takes a second of your time. So please do that for me. That would be fantastic. Anyway, that's all my groveling and shameless marketing over and done with for this episode. So please, 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 more important to me than any of that is that you all look after yourselves and you remember to keep talking and supporting each other, especially at the moment when we're so close to getting out of this madness. Let's just give it one big final push and we can be free of it. Anyway, I'll be back again on a Wednesday with another show for you. And I'm not sure what club that one's going to be about, but yeah, it'll be exciting, that's for sure. Anyway, so take care of yourselves and remember, keep talking, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care. Bye.